Hey, it is Aliki here, and let me share with you the most amazing places you can't miss out on when in Prague. Throughout this video, I will also comment on the best places where to stay, how to get around, and other useful tips so you can make your trip to Prague unforgettable. I have to start with my personal favorite place in Prague, and it is the Prague Castle. The Prague Castle territory is massive. There is so much to see and explore, and one of the most important things I think that you have to see there is the St. Vitus Cathedral. The stained glass windows are just absolutely incredible. It's one of the most beautiful ones I have ever seen. Another important part that you have to see within the castle territory is the Golden Lane, which is a narrow street lined with colorful houses that truly take you back in the past. Historically, the street was home for castle guards, so these days they have kind of recreated the rooms to really show the life how it was back in time. There are several sites to see within the territory, and outside the castle there are beautiful gardens. You can easily spend a half a day in the Prague Castle, and outside it in the gardens. It's a truly beautiful area to explore, from which you also get an amazing views of the city. And one special place that I want to recommend you is this wine bar. It's literally next to Prague Castle, but it's a bit like out of the way, so not a lot of people walk there, and from there you get absolutely fantastic views. So I think this is definitely a wonderful place where to take a break after you will be exploring the Prague Castle, because as I said, I truly believe you can easily spend there like 3-4 hours easy, if not even more. Naturally, as the next one, I have to mention the Lesser Town, which is basically the neighborhood below Prague Castle. So if you're going to be walking up to see the Prague Castle, you will definitely walk through it. Or I, for example, took a taxi in the morning up to the Prague Castle, explored Prague Castle, and then on my way back to Old Town, I kind of wander around a bit around this neighborhood. This neighborhood simply has its own vibe. It's very relaxed, it's beautiful architecture, it's just a simply wonderful historical neighborhood to explore in Prague. Next major must-see and explore is Prague's Old Town. The whole Old Town is lovely with many beautiful squares and cafes where to enjoy Old Town vibe, but site-wise, of course, most important part is the main square, where you will find a beautiful Gothic church, the signature houses, and what I personally think is the most unique and impressive feature of Prague, the astronomical clock. It is the third oldest astronomical clock in the world and the oldest one still operating. You can also get at the top of the astronomical clock, but I actually have a better option for you. Go to UPrints. You will have to order something, but there is no entry fee. So for the same money you would have paid to go up to the astronomical clock, you get a drink. And in my opinion, much better view, because you also see the astronomical clock itself. Unfortunately, at the time of my visit, the weather changed drastically and it started to rain, but I still enjoyed the view, and to be fair, it wasn't the worst place where to get stranded. To finish up about Old Town, I just want to add a very important tip is to get up early and explore the Old Town in the morning. You don't have to wake up too early. 8 a.m. is perfectly fine, but in the morning the streets are way more emptier and you get all the sights for yourself, because during the day the Old Town actually gets really busy and it's not as enjoyable anymore. Another iconic landmark you can't miss out on is the Charles Bridge. This bridge actually connects Old Town with Lesser Town, so you probably naturally will just cross it for practical reasons. But yeah, definitely crossing it probably will be a must-do when in Prague. I personally, of course, did it, but just walking around the town. And I truly personally think the bridge was way more impressive from like other viewpoints. When I was planning my trip to Prague, I saw mixed reviews of the National Museum, so I thought if I have time I'll go check it out myself, and I did, and I actually was positively surprised because I genuinely thought the museum was very well put together. There was so many little details that I truly enjoyed, and yeah, it was just really interesting visit. The museum is huge, so definitely allocate more than an hour. I did it at the end of the day, so I kind of a little bit had to rush through it, which is one of my little regrets, but definitely at least an hour, if not two. And once you walk in the National Museum, just the museum itself is just such a beautiful, wonderful building. So the museum is a great mix of science and history, and also they have incredible crystal collection. A wonderful place that I highly recommend to visit is this fortress. And apologies, I'm not even gonna try to say this fortress name because I have no idea how to pronounce it. And in general, with Czech language, I just found so many sites like yeah, I'm not gonna even try. But yeah, I absolutely love this place. I think this was one of my favorite free spots in Prague, and the whole territory is wonderful just to wander around, but the main site probably will be the St. Peter and Paul Basilica. There are several cafes within the fortress walls, so yeah, you can just wander around there, have a drink, and I think it's just a simply wonderful sunset watching spot. This fortress is just a little bit further away. I mean, you can easily walk there, but you could also might want to take a taxi. And here I want to add a comment that actually getting around Prague is so easy and cheap. Both Bolt and Uber work perfectly, so it's just so convenient to get around Prague. Also, it is super convenient to grab a scooter or bicycle because spots like these are all over the city. Another must-see in Prague is the dancing house, also known as Fred and Ginger, two dancers that symbolize movement and stability. Then I really recommend, especially on Friday and Saturday night, to have a stroll by the river on the promenade. And I think the best part of the promenade starts from the dancing house. The area on the weekend becomes very lively with different little street food parties, and also you'll find a lot of bars on the boats with great atmosphere. All the links, maps, everything you see in this video is also on my Prague blog article. So if you want to make some extra notes and get prepared for your trip, make sure to check it out. The link is in the description. Talking about maps, on the blog you will also find this map that I made. It's very simple, but I think it perfectly explains the best areas where to stay in Prague. So in the green circle is the Old Town, which is obviously the prime location to be in. Then you also have the blue circle, which is the lesser town, which is like, could be a bit cheaper, a bit more authentic area where to stay at. But then I actually personally have highlighted this red circle, which I don't think it is a specific area. There is no name for that area. I've literally just narrowed down the perfect area where I think to stay, purely for the convenience. So you are literally walking distance to everything. A very special thing that I did and I highly recommend doing is the river cruise. There are loads of options during the day, during night, long, short, but I did like this evening dinner cruise and it was absolutely lovely. It included drinks, food, live music, and of course a beautiful boat ride via river through Prague. It was actually my birthday, so it was my boyfriend's surprise to me in Prague. So yeah, my little birthday getaway turned into this amazing trip with loads of sightseeing because I actually didn't expect Prague to be this impressive. Once I started to plan the trip and we arrived, I was just so surprised how incredible the city is. It's way more bigger, it's way more impressive than I thought. And yeah, the little weekend trip turned into a 2-day intense travel itinerary with like more than 20 kilometers walked, loads of steps. So yeah, definitely really enjoyed my time in Prague, and I highly recommend to go and visit the city because there really is so much to see and do. If you have any other questions about Prague, make sure to comment them below. As always, I answer all the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It does mean and help a lot. And thank you for all the support so far. Every view, every like, every comment, it lights up my day, it helps my channel, and I'm forever grateful for my amazing travel community. So thank you very much.